Hi, welcome to chapter 5 of The Adventures of the Wishing Chair. Now, in chapters 1 to 4, we've been along on many adventures with Molly, Peter, and Chinky the Pixie. And today, I get a feeling that this chapter might be slightly different because the name of chapter 5 is Poor Lost Chinky. So, if I was to make a prediction, okay, which is using your clues and your knowledge of the story to try and guess what's going to happen, with the word lost in there, that tells me that something might happen. I'm wondering if maybe Chinky will get lost, or the children might lose him, or along the story. So I'm wondering if this is going to be a slightly different adventure that they're going to be on. Okay, but let's find out. So get comfortable and let's read chapter 5. So it's called Poor Lost Chinky. Once a dreadful thing happened when the children were adventuring on the wishing chair. It had grown its wings when all three were in the playroom, so they all jumped on and were soon flying high in the air. As they were flying, they heard a loud droning noise and they looked around. "It's an aeroplane," shouted Peter. "It's very near us," cried Molly. And so it was. It didn't seem to see them at all. It just flew straight at them, and the edge of one wing just touched their flying chair, giving it a massive jerk in the air. Molly and Peter were holding on so tightly in the chair, but Chinky the Pixie was on the back, and when the plane slightly hit the chair, he jolted right off into the air. Molly tried to clutch at him as he fell, but she only just touched him. He was gone. The two children watched in the greatest dismay as he fell down and down and down. "Oh, Peter," cried Molly. Poor Chinky. He's fallen. What's going to happen to him?" The aeroplane flew on steadily, never guessing that it even touched a wishing chair. Peter turned pale and he looked at Molly. "We must make the chair go down to see if Chinky's hurt. We've got to find him." "Oh dear," he said, "what a dreadful thing to happen to him. Chair, fly back down, please." So the chair flapped its red wings and flew slowly down to the ground. It stood there still, and the children jumped off. They were in open country with wide fields all around them on both sides. There was no sign of Chinky at all. They heard the sound of someone chanting a song and saw someone coming towards them. It was a round little man carrying a bundle on his head. "Hi," called out Peter. "Have you seen a little pixie falling out of the sky?" "Is that a riddle?" said the little man, grinning. "I can ask you one too. Have you seen a horse that quacks like a duck?" "Don't be silly," said Molly. "This is really serious. Our friend's fallen out of the sky." "Well, tell him not to do it again," said the little man. "All that fell out of the sky today was a large snowflake. Good morning to you." And the little man went on his way, carrying his bundle on his head. The children were feeling a bit angry. "How can he make a joke about a serious thing like Chinky falling out of the sky?" said Molly, with tears in her eyes. "What a horrible man." "Hey, there's someone else," said Peter. "Hi, please stop a minute." The someone else was another round little person, also carrying a bundle on her head and singing a little song. She stopped when she saw the children. "Have you seen a pixie falling out of the sky?" asked Peter. "No. Have you?" said the little round woman, grinning. "Of course," said Molly impatiently. "You're a fibber," said the little woman. "A big snowflake fell out of the sky, but nothing else." "They've all got snowflakes in the brain," said Peter. "It's all they're talking about." The woman went on her way, singing. "Oh, come on, Molly. We'd better go and look for Chinky the Pixie ourselves. We know that it must be somewhere near here that he fell. We'll carry the chair between us so that we may have it safely. I don't trust these people. So they carried the chair along and came to a marketplace. It was full of the same little people, all humming and singing. A town crier was going around the market, ringing a bell and crying, "Oyez, oyez, Dame Apple Pie has lost her spectacles. Oyez, oyez." Then Peter had an idea. "Molly, let's tell the town crier to shout about Chinky the Pixie. We'll offer a reward to anyone that can tell us about him. Someone must have seen him fall." So, before very long, the town crier was ringing his bell and crying, "Oyez, oyez, a reward is offered to anyone having news of a pixie who fell from the sky. Oyez." Molly and Peter stood on a platform so that people might know to whom to go if they had some news. To their delight, there came quite a crowd of people towards them. "We have news, they cried, struggling to get to Peter first. "Well, where did you see our pixie fall?" asked Peter. "Sir, I saw a big large snowflake fall in the buttercup field," he said. "Oh, don't be foolish," said Peter. "I said a pixie, not a snowflake. Don't you know the difference between pixies and snowflakes? We all know that snowflakes fall from the sky. That's not news, but today we're looking for our pixie. Who's next, please?" But the next person said the same thing about the snowflake. And the next person. And the next person. It was so annoying and a bit disappointing for the children. "We want our reward," someone shouted. "We've given you news and you've given us no reward." "But you haven't given us any news about our pixie," said Peter. "That doesn't matter. You said you would give us a reward," said the little man. They looked rather funny too, because for some reason they all carried their little bundles and baskets on their heads. "Give us our reward." They swarmed towards the platform, getting closer and closer where the two children were standing, and Molly and Peter suddenly felt a bit frightened. "I don't like this," said Molly. "Okay, let's go," said Peter. "These stupid creatures think that pixies and snowflakes are exactly the same, and we certainly can't give them all a reward. Come on, quick, climb into the chair." Molly jumped into the chair, which was just near them on the platform. Peter sat on one arm and cried out loudly, "Home chair, quickly!" The chair flapped its wings and rose up in the air, but it didn't rise very high, only just above the heads of the angry little people. The legs began to jerk in and out, and in Peter's astonishment, the chair happened to kick off bundles, pots and baskets from the heads of the furious marketers. Peter began to laugh. It was really funny to see the chair playing a trick on them, but Molly was in tears. "What's the matter?" asked Peter, drying her tears with his handkerchief. "It's Chinky," sobbed Molly. "I did love him so. Now I feel we'll never see him again." Peter's eyes started to fill up with tears too. He was such a good friend. "Oh, Molly, it would be so dreadful if we never saw him again." They flew home in silence. The chair flew in, and at the playroom door, the children jumped off. It will never be nice going on an adventure again," said Molly. "Why ever not?" said a merry little voice. And the children turned round in joy, for there he was, Chinky the Pixie, sitting on the floor of the playroom, reading a book. "Chinky, we thought you were lost forever when you fell from the chair," cried Molly, giving him a huge hug. "Don't break me in half," said Chinky. "I wasn't hurt at all. I just changed myself into a big, huge snowflake and fell into the buttercup field. Then I caught the next bus home to the bottom of the garden, and here I am. I've been waiting on you for ages." "A snowflake," cried Peter. "So That's why everyone was talking about snowflakes. You turned into one. Now I understand. He told Chinky all about their adventures and how the pixie laughed when he heard about the chair playing tricks on the angry people. Oh, I wish I'd been there, he said. Come on, what about a game of Ludo? And that is the end of chapter 5. So, throughout chapter 5, started a little bit different to their previous adventures. We thought poor Chinky was going to be lost. He was going to be missing. Well, he was lost, wasn't he? And we thought that was him gone. And Molly and Peter were so upset and couldn't find him. No one seemed to be able to help. But there he was, back at home. He found his own way home. And how funny that he turned himself into a snowflake. Why do you think he did that? That's my question for you today. Why do you think that Pixie, when he was falling from the sky, why did he turn himself into a snowflake when he was falling? Why not just stay as Chinky the Pixie? What do you think? And I also want you to tell me about how you would connect to the story. So this chapter was about Chinky getting lost and how the children were so upset when they lost him, but how Chinky was able to find his way back home. And I want to ask, have you ever either been lost, what happened, how did you feel, or have you ever lost something and been a bit like Molly and Peter and been so upset that you've lost it? Have a little think and let me know either in the comments or let me know on our Google Classrooms, okay? It's been lovely reading again, and I will join you for chapter 6. Okay, bye.